Bernardo Osuna alongside Timothy Bradley, Andre Ward, and Mark Kriegel here at the Cosmopolitan in Las Vegas, where the new talent at 130 pounds was on display. Carl Frampton taking on Tyler McCreary, as well as Oscar Valdez featuring against Adam Lopez in our main event. Let's take it by parts. At 130 pounds, we saw Carl Frampton just 5 foot 5 inches, but he has an opportunity to take on Jamel Herring. He needed to win tonight, and he did so.
He did that. He made his debut at 130 pounds. He's coming off of a 12-month layoff, but he also had he had 2 training camps. One training camp, he didn't fight. He hurt his hand, went right back into camp. So I wasn't too worried about rust. He didn't show a lot of rust tonight. He fought a young fighter in Tyler McCreary, who had skill, had ability, but just didn't believe in himself. And Frampton showed him who was the veteran tonight.
Frampton looked good tonight. I mean, he dominated every aspect of that ring. Inside, outside, you know, he boxed from the outside. He took the jab away from McCreary during the fight. He landed vicious body shots. He was a total package tonight. And, you know, for being out a year and to look that good, that's scary.
Yeah. Let's put into context what he did tonight. 1 year layoff, 9 inches down in reach. McCreary wasn't a bad fighter.
No.
Carl Frampton reminded you, I am a great one. I was a fighter of the year. I beat Scott Quigg. I beat Nonito Donaire. I beat Leo Santa Cruz. He reminded you he's a great fighter.
And the only 2 fighters to beat Carl Frampton are volume fighters, something McCreary was not. That's why he was dropped in both the 6th and 9th rounds. The body shot. He wasn't able to get that knockout, but it was a definitive win for Carl Frampton in his move up to 130 pounds. You talk about moves up and having questions. Are there more questions about Oscar Valdez now than there were coming into his fight against Adam Lopez, who was a last-minute sub?
Not really for me. I mean, you know, I'm not a guy who gives a lot of passes, as you guys know. No moral victories, but I kind of understand what Valdez was up against tonight. I knew this was going to be a tough fight. I said it from the beginning. You had Adam Lopez, who was not only confident, but he's a good boxer. He's long, he's rangy. Those guys are difficult to fight. He doesn't have a name. So he's getting up for you. You're struggling to get up for him. No excuses, but that's the reality of the situation. I think Oscar Valdez will be a lot better because he has to be against Miguel Berchelt.
But the experience, like I said in the beginning, the experience of Oscar Valdez, I said the left hook will be a problem.
You called it.
Yep, the left hook will be a problem, and it was a problem.
Well,
and
a problem for him early on, too, because he got dropped by that left hook.
He got caught with a nice full 45. But, you know, I tip my hat off to Lopez. If we can do a rematch, I would love to see a rematch. Adam Lopez fought the fight of his life. He was actually ahead on the cards, and he was dominating on the outside. I mean, he was running circles around Oscar Valdez. He was boxing fantastically. And so I would love to see if he can get another shot. If he doesn't get a shot at the title, I would love to see him in the future against somebody else.
Dre, with all due respect, I think that there are moral victories. There are financial victories as well. The reality is Lopez is bigger tonight in defeat than he has ever been in his career. Again, the most overrated commodity in boxing is the perfect record. You know, he got a loss. He's bigger than he was. As far as Valdez is concerned, I'm not sure he answered any questions. He's caught in this transition. What am I, a boxer or a puncher? Yeah, he can take this kid out who's a featherweight. But what's he going to do against a guy like Miguel Berchelt?
And that's a whole different animal because both losses that Lopez has had have been against undefeated fighters. Now it's Oscar Valdez and Stephen Fulton. But when you look about stepping up, just like this kid had to step up levels to face Valdez, Valdez is going to be stepping up a whole different level to take on Berchelt.
Yeah, but styles make fights, you know, and Oscar Valdez didn't train for this type of fighter.
I agree.
Okay, so he was training for a guy that was coming forward, that was pressing forward like almost a style like Berchelt's. So, you know, I'm not going to take anything away from Oscar Valdez. He did what he had to do tonight, and he fought back, even getting up off the canvas and fighting back hard and keep pressing forward like a champion's supposed to do.
If Lopez can put him down, what can Berchelt do?
Well, it's a different style fight, but it's a different style fight. It's a different style fight. It's a different style fight because you do see the flaws also in Berchelt. He keeps that chin up in the air.
That's why this is so intriguing. When we look at the future, Jamel Herring would be fighting Carl Frampton, who won tonight. That's a southpaw with a lot of skills. And now we'd have Berchelt taking on Oscar Valdez. Both guys have a lot of flaws, but you know what? They find a way to win. And 2 Mexicans stepping in the ring is a guarantee of a great action fight. We got great fights coming up here. We've got Emmanuel Navarrete next week. We close out the year with Terrence Crawford against Igis Kavajauskas. It's been a pleasure from the Cosmopolitan. For Mark Kriegel, Andre Ward, and Tim Bradley, I'm Bernardo Osuna. Until next time.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.